Hi, good evening. Nettie here from Nettie's World. Konnichiwa. So today I'm going to do my third installment of my Japanese journey timeline. So the third thing, and I have, like I said to it before, is about Shogun. I'll put a link to what I talked about previously, my scrapbooking and other things. But yeah, I'm going to talk about Shogun. So Shogun came out in 1980 in the UK. It was a TV miniseries, the original. The one video I did before now is the one about a year ago that I talked about, the current one, that has now had so many awards, it's ridiculous. But yeah, Shogun. I used to be a really big Dr. Kildare fan, so a big Richard Chamberlain fan back in the day. So when Shogun came out in 1980 on the TV in the UK, yeah, I did what I normally do. I taped it, I watched it. Nobody could breathe while I was watching it, so yeah, it sparked my journey, continued journey into all things Japan and Japanese. And it taught me a little bit of Japanese as well, with the wakarimasen scene, where Mariko-san is teaching Anjin-san how to speak Japanese and stuff like that. But yeah, even though it had lots of English speaking in it, the scenery, the ladies, how I thought how tough they could be back in those days, and how the new one has made them very badass ladies, especially Menako-san, who is fighting as she tries to leave Osaka Castle. But yeah, Shogun is my next journey. And yeah, how those scenes and that story came along is great with this James Clavell book that I've never actually read, but I've only seen both Shoguns. But yeah, that sparked me into definitely going to Japan and learning about Japanese, the language, the culture and everything, while I was still a very young teenager. So it's my time at secondary school that I went through Japan and Japanese stuff, and also getting myself engaged in watching more things about Japan, watching more things about Japanese music when I could find it, learning that some UK artists, especially David Bowie, already had Japanese artists and fashion designers to in his early years making his costumes and helping him out with his music. But yeah, everything ramped up in those days about all things Japan and Japanese. So I'm going to put the link down to my previous video about how I became to love Shogun, about my scrapbooks from back in the 70s and 80s that I did, especially this one thing about Shogun. But I hope you like it, and please subscribe to my channel if you want to. Ask me any questions. Now in 2025, this stuff is obviously very nostalgic from back in the day, so yeah, I'm enjoying plotting my Japanese journey, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye! Good evening, everybody. Just as I was about to get this video out, I received the news that Richard Chamberlain, the gentleman who played Anjin-san in the original Shogun of 1980, had died yesterday, the 29th of March 2025. He was 90 years old. I think tomorrow would have been his 91st birthday, but yeah, he passed away. Another person from my childhood has passed away, from my TV childhood as well as my fangirling childhood. So rest in peace, Richard Chamberlain, the original Anjin-san from Dr. Kildare that I used to watch, all the way to the Three Musketeers and The Man in the Iron Mask, The Towering Inferno, King Solomon's Mines, up to Shogun and the Thornbirds and beyond. Thank you for your acting as I was a kid growing up. And お疲れ様でした。